Good evening, St. John Lutheran Church and friends and family.
And good evening, Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends.
And family.
Well, I don't count on my family. You're the one with the family members watching. So.
Well, okay. All right. But they're your family too.
We have the St. Patrick's Day Queen with us.
Actually, you know what?
The queen of everything.
I was the St. Patrick's Day Queen at my high school.
Well, there you go.
I was voted St. Patrick's Day Queen when I was in high school.
I am not surprised.
Had a little shamrock on it, yes.
I am not surprised.
Well, I think my classmates and friends thought it would be cute.
Okay.
So they picked me and this guy from my class. There was only 35 in my high school class, but this guy had a reputation. I never dated him.
So, hello again, Epiphany.
But he and I were the St. Patrick's Day dance people, and I almost didn't go to the dance, but I think my brother or somebody called me like, come on, you gotta come. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go. I was a senior, like Samuel. I was a senior in high school. And we had a St. Patrick's Day dance. We didn't have, I don't know why we didn't have a Valentine's Day dance then, but anyway, you're just reminding me since you called me that. But and my brother Tim was part of the court, you always have a court. But yes, I was.
Just as long as he wasn't the queen.
No, he was not the queen. I was the queen.
Yes, you were the queen.
I was the queen. I was up for homecoming queen, but I knew my good friend Joellen would be the homecoming queen. But I was just honored to be picked because I only went to high school with my friends because I went to Catholic school for 8 years and then went to public rural high school in Illinois. But I had been in 4-H with some of the girls when we were younger, so I knew them. But yes, so I actually, you were reminding me of my high school days. I was actually the St. Patrick's Day Queen. But I wanted to wear this tonight because I had put it away in our holiday. We have a storage for all our holiday stuff, and now I'm getting, and the Christmas is all organized, but I hadn't come down and looked. I found the St. Patrick's Day stuff today while I was putting things away and finding Easter stuff, and I thought, well, okay, I didn't get a chance to wear it, so tonight I'm going to wear my St. Patrick's Day.
And the big thing to let you all know is 3 out of 4 of us just had our first Pfizer vaccine shot today. So,
and until David said it hurt a little, I didn't even think about it. It's a little heavy, But it's like if you get another shot in your arm vaccine.
And by the way, different places are doing it. I know a lot of pharmacies are doing it. We actually went down to the one in Macon because that's not that much of a travel. And got to tell you, with some of the mass sites that they do, they are doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
I know so many of you have already gotten your vaccines, and it's really great and encouraging to both of us when we hear that.
Yes.
For those of you that haven't, and you qualify for it,
and you're taking it seriously, get it.
Please go do it.
Yep.
Go do it. Now is the time. So.
Yep. So we got it first, and Christopher got it. Christopher took a deep breath, and it was smooth, and it ran well, and they really know what they're doing, and they have openings. Like they had openings right after we were there, and so if you are really wanting to get it and you aren't having luck finding it close by, I know a number of people who now have gotten their second, some that are getting their second. So we're going to get our second after spring break because we are going to take a few days during spring break to go away. Not be in huge crowds, but just to get away for a few days with our boys. So we will get our second shot when we come back, and I'm going to be prepared to not feel well. I'm hoping for the best.
We hope for the best.
But we don't know.
We don't know.
So.
All right.
We're just a little bit sore arm, but other than that,
that's it.
They wanted to put it in my left, and I said, nope, I'm left-handed. I want it in my right. But the guy was great. The nurses were great. They were top-notch, really.
So, Pastor Mary's got March jokes for y'all, and I decided to go with we talked about St. Patrick's Day last week, but I thought, the other thing that we all had to take part in this last week was Daylight Savings Time. So in honor of Daylight Savings Times, I thought, I bet I could find interesting time zone facts for you. And sure enough, I was able to come with interesting time zone facts for you.
And tomorrow is the first official day
of spring. Yes, the first official day of spring. That's right. That's right. So, do you know what was most responsible for the creation of time zones in the United States.
Well, something with agriculture or school.
No, two things with that. Number one, as far as the creation of time zones, not daylight savings time.
Oh, time zones.
Time zones. We'll get to the daylight savings time.
Right.
The creation of time zones actually more came about because of Transcontinental Railroad.
Oh.
Up until that time,
makes sense.
Up until that time, there were thousands of local time zones throughout the whole country. But when the railroad was completed, the railroad companies lobbied the government to develop 4 time zones so that the train could stick to an accurate schedule.
Very good.
So there you go. But that was there is something that we all assume that you just talked about. You were talking about daylight savings times. Daylight savings time was not created to benefit farmers.
Okay.
It was created for the urban populations and retailers and corporations that lobbied to take advantage of this of the later daylight, so that more people would come out.
Well, it makes
shopping.
Sense. Yeah.
So
it makes sense. I mean, I know for people at our church, and as you get older, there's plenty of times you don't want to drive at night. I was working Henry County had a special election on Tuesday, and Sam and I worked it, and one of the ladies who helped us, who was an assistant manager, they always want us all to go down in case we forget to sign something, which I missed something. And they're like, well, you're supposed to bring her. I go, yeah, but she has trouble seeing at night. She can come down during the daylight during the day. So they were okay with that. She went the next day. But, that's a factor when we do things at night, because we know that we can leave a lot of people out when it's darker. And the lighter, I confess that I love having light at night. I just love it. So
there you go.
That's a joy.
And the last thing before we go to jokes, Sam.
Yeah.
So can you name the only two states that do not follow daylight savings time?
Hawaii and Alaska.
Arizona.
Close. You're at 50%. Hawaii is one of them, and Pastor Mary and I both know because of our year that we spent down there. Arizona is the other one.
I thought a part of Indiana too, or is it just the
that
time
changed.
zone?
They changed that now.
Oh,
that
okay.
used to be. But daylight, they're the only two that don't follow daylight savings time. And the main reason why Arizona doesn't is because it gets so dang hot during the summer. They would rather it cool off at night.
Well, and
than anything else.
So with this whole thing, there was conversation about one of them. Congress has to pass. Is it daylight savings time to get rid of it?
Well, no. Actually, the what has been going on right now is a question of whether they're going. Like, for example, there is a bill before the Georgia House to have us on permanent daylight savings time.
States can change, but the other one, only Congress can change, is what I've been told.
So
I don't know which one's which.
There we go.
So.
All right.
So I tried to look for jokes about Lent because I thought, well, let's try, but they were all too risque. I was like, yeah, no. I'd be in big
it's
trouble.
because people give up so many things. The repression it makes it all come out in humor. So.
Yeah.
Don't repress. Take on stuff.
The list says 32 hilarious spring jokes to take off the edge of winter. It says laugh your way out of winter glum. There's nothing better than swapping out your seasonal affect disorder lamp for actual sunshine once spring rolls around. This will be our first weekend of that. And even if you live somewhere year-round balmy and haven't been hunkered down in a puffer jacket for months, it was kind of cool today. I had to wear an extra jacket today. Everyone feels a sense of renewal and energy around the vernal equinox. And if you care at all about maintaining the timeless tradition of seasonal humor, you'll want to arm yourself with these funny spring jokes and spring puns for kids. Spring officially starts tomorrow on March 20th this year. Meaning, well, it said you still have a few weeks of winter to get through, but we are there, even if it's a little chilly. We are at spring, so
let's hear the jokes.
Why was the bee mad?
Okay.
You'd be mad, too, if someone stole your honey and nectar. How excited was the gardener about spring?
How excited?
So excited he wet his plants. I like that one. Does February like March?
Go ahead.
No, but April may. When do monkeys fall from the sky? During April showers.
Okay.
What do you get when
Boy, some very young kid just made up that joke.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you get when two plants kiss?
Okay.
Tulips.
Oh.
What goes up when the rain goes down?
Umbrellas.
Umbrellas. What falls but never gets hurt?
Go ahead.
The rain.
The rain. Okay. All right.
What did the tree say to spring? What a relief. What did the dirt say to the rain?
Okay.
If this keeps up, my name will be Mud. Why is spring a great time to start a gardening business?
Why is that?
Because it's the season when you can really rake in the cash.
Oh.
Why couldn't the flower ride its bike?
Okay.
It lost its petals. Okay, I'll give you one more and then it's your turn. What did the big flower say to the little one?
Go ahead.
You're really growing, bud.
Very cute.
Your turn.
All right. Sam,
Yeah.
can you name the only two places in the world that do not have an official time zone?
China.
No. Time zone. An official time zone.
Oh.
There's no official time zone at these two places in the world.
I have no. I'm guessing probably Alaska.
No, Alaska.
That's
I mean,
a
not
North
Alaska. I don't know.
Russia?
No, not Russia. The lower one, Antarctica.
No. The North Pole and the South
Oh.
Pole. Because the time zones are done by all those longitudinal lines,
Yeah.
and they all come up at the North Pole and the South Pole. in a line.
So I was right.
No, it's not Antarctica. Although it did say, what's interesting about that is the international research centers that are there, most of them down there in Antarctica, down near the South Pole, will follow their own home country's time zone. Some will follow the closest inhabited area, and others will just simply follow Greenwich Mean Time, so which is kind of the standard. So, Sam, here's your next question. Ready? What country has the most time zones in the world?
Russia.
No.
China.
No.
No, China only has one.
Yes, that was going to be my next fact I was going to bring
Wow.
up. China, folks, which is as large as the continental United States. China has one time zone.
Wow.
Done by Mao Zedong back in it's in here somewhere, 1949.
Wow.
Which would basically mean that if we were right now in California, we're at the same time. It means some places in the extreme western part of the country, the sun doesn't rise up until 10:30 in the morning.
I believe that North Korea falls to the same time zone, if I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we'll get to North Korea too. No, the country with the most time zones in the world is France. France, even though it's not the world's largest country, because of all that it owns, going all the way, still owns from French Polynesia to the islands of Wallis and Futuna, actually has a total of 12 time zones.
Wow.
That are in different parts of France.
Wow.
Yeah, North Korea, by the way, in August 2015, created its own time zone. It decided to break with the imperialism and go back to its original time zone, which actually is a half an hour off of the next thing. And it was actually used before Korea, before the Korean liberation.
Well,
from
maybe
Japan.
it's a good thing most people can't get in or out of there.
But that is the weird thing. By the way, last weird fact for now before we go back to the jokes, is there are a lot of different time zones throughout the world that sometimes they're on a half hour and sometimes they're even on a 15-minute thing.
Wow.
So what was it? So like places that recognize 15-minute offsets include Western Australia, Nepal, New Zealand. They're not New Zealand, but one of the islands of New Zealand. There's others that are half hours off.
There
It's very
are
strange.
2 islands, I believe they're below Russia, but they're like right on the border of the international timeline, and so one is like minus 14 from the international timeline, and the other one's like plus 14. So because of that, it's like they're in 2 separate days.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I should take back what I said. I didn't mean it's probably good people can't go out, because it would be nice if people could leave, come and go from North Korea, just like other countries where they're not allowed
That's true.
to go. It would be nice if people could travel freely in the whole world. It would be wonderful.
More March jokes? More spring jokes?
Sure. Wait a minute, no, I did all those. What's a baby chick's favorite plant?
Okay.
Eggplants. This is just a little saying. Finally, my winter fat is gone. Now I have spring rolls. What is the best flower for a boy to give his mom?
Annie.
A sunflower.
Oh.
What type of bird should you never take to the bank?
What's that?
A robin.
Mm.
Which month can't make a decision? May. What kind of gardener does a baker have? What kind of garden does a baker have?
Okay.
A flower garden.
Oh, okay.
Why did the bird go to the hospital?
Why is that?
It needed treatment. Can bees fly in the rain? Not without their yellow jackets. Why did the farmer bury all his money? To make his soil rich. Why are frogs so happy? They eat whatever bugs them. I love that one. I think that one's cute.
That's cute.
All right, I'll give you one more here. I'll make sure I have a few more. Why did one bee tease the other bee?
Okay.
Because he was acting like a baby.
Very cute. So,
Very
Sam,
cute.
you know any other large countries that only have one time zone?
No.
India.
Oh,
India is
Wow.
another one that only has one time zone.
Wow.
So, and we talked about states that don't deal with daylight savings time. There's lots of countries that don't. Most of Africa doesn't. So as one example. But what was it? I got a couple more facts. Oh, here's a couple of them. One of them is there is this one island. Where is it? There is this one island in the Baltic Sea. It's a very tiny island. It's called Mirkit. Mirkit in the Baltic Sea. And even though it's this little tiny island, it has 2 time zones. And
Is it spelled like a meerkat or no?
No, it's spelled like market, but the A has those little umlauts over it. So, but the reason why it has 2 time zones is because half of it is owned by Sweden, and it follows the Swedish time zone, and half of it is owned by Finland, and so it follows the Finnish time zone.
Oh my goodness!
So, but anyway, so I guess
Wow.
it's a little tiny island. But the other thing is, did you know that in Samoa, they decided to skip December 30th of 2011?
Okay.
So the story goes like this. They decided to skip an entire day because they officially had moved time zones. Because they officially moved on time zones, they just ended up jumping from Thursday to the weekend because they're located near the international date line. So, but anyway, so there you go.
Nothing
so
like
December
missing one of your last few days of the
30th,
year.
2011.
They were in a hurry to
So-
get out of 2020. That's all I gotta say.
No, I wish it was 2020. Yeah, 2020 might have been a good idea. This was 2011.
Oh.
But, on the other hand, there was Egypt in 2014. Egypt in 2014 had 4 different time changes.
Wow.
It says here, after daylight savings time was abolished in Egypt in 2011, it had been recently reinstated thanks to the country's energy crisis and subsequent blackouts. So clocks jumped forward an hour on May 15th of 2014, but then returned to their original time for the Muslim holiday of Ramadan at the end of June. Then the time allegedly went forward once more at the end of Ramadan, but then it went back at summer's end. So, there you go. So it jumped.
All I
4
know is
different times.
I remember when we did internship in Tucson our first year we were married, and we had to keep track of what time it was according to California and Central Time. So if we were calling family, we wouldn't call too late or too early or whatever.
Yep.
And then when their time changed and our time didn't change, because it was, for one time it was like, we were 1 hour ahead of Central, then we were 2 hours ahead of Central, and then I think we were 1 hour behind Central, then 2 hours behind Central, 1 hour ahead of, what is it, Rocky Mountain Time and Pacific?
Yeah, it's Mountain Time and Pacific Time.
And then we were 2 hours ahead of. Yeah, so we just had to pay attention to that.
Yes.
Yeah, because Arizona didn't change, yes. Because Arizona's just got a mind of their own.
And researchers have found that jet lag is worse if you head east instead of heading west. So when we go to California, our jet lag is not supposed to be as bad as when we come home. So there you go. There's mine. Interesting.
I think we have jet lag anyway because we've gone and we've had a great time. And
well, I mean, it would make sense because when we're going to California, I mean, we're adding on time, and when we're
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all my fun facts.
Okay. What do you call a girl with a frog on her head? Lily.
Okay.
How does the sun listen to music?
How's that?
On the radio.
Okay.
Name a bow that can't be tied.
A rainbow.
Rainbow.
Oh, there we go.
Did you know about April 1st? Yes, I'm fully aware of it. Why did the gardener plant a seed in the pond?
Okay.
To grow a watermelon. What is spring's favorite type of pickles? Daffodils. Why did the worm cross the ruler? To become an inchworm.
Okay.
Let's see. What's a tree's favorite drink? Samuel would like this. Root beer. Why is the letter A like a flower? Because a B comes after it. Why was the baby strawberry sad? Because his mom was in a jam. What do you call a well-dressed lion? A dandelion. What flower does everyone have on their face? It goes back to another joke.
Tulips.
Tulips.
There we go.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, but I do want to share one thing. I did some looking with, I shared about St. Patrick's Day for the devotions on Wednesday. But I did some looking about leprechauns. Learned a lot of interesting things, how leprechauns came to be. Watched two different little videos about them. Just very interesting.
Come to be?
Well, it was based on a book written in the early, I think, 1900s, and story of little people. And
the only thing I saw is leprechauns are only supposed to be male. There's not. If you see female leprechauns, there's not supposed to be female leprechauns.
Yeah, well, you know how that goes.
Oh, is it time?
Mm-hmm.
It's time for our musical interlude given to us by Christopher Armstrong-Reiner.
Oh,
Christopher, you ready?
He's turning off the TV. 1 second.
Okay. So tonight, our version is from, he'll tell you, but it's from the story of Daniel that ends up happening on VeggieTales.
Oh, no, what we gonna do?
Oh, no, what we're gonna do, and he'll tell us. Christopher, are you ready to sing?
Ready to sing.
Okay, come over here. Watch your feet. Hey, Christopher, what DVD is this on?
Where's God when I'm scared?
Where is God when I'm scared?
You say good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
Which I believe this is the first VeggieTales DVD that was done. Christopher, where did you go today?
I went to the doctor.
Well, not the doctor. Did you win and get a shot?
Yes.
And what did you do when
Take
you got
a deep
shot?
breath.
Show me how you take a deep. And you did a great job.
You did a great job, and we are very
Yes.
proud of you.
Okay, so are you ready to do? Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna sing with you, okay?
Can Mom sing it with you?
Yes.
And I'll try, but I won't.
Do 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 do. Oh no, what we gonna do? The king likes staying more than me and you. Oh no, what we gonna do? We gotta get out of here. Oh no, what we gonna do? The game like saying I'm more than me and you. Oh no, what we gonna do? We gotta get him out of here. We could throw him in the dungeon. We could let him rot in jail. We could drag him to the ocean. Have him eaten. We buy our way. We all just left for a while. Else we can for that. We want to kill us on earth with the cup with us for. We all just take it away. We can go to this one. Take you out of the world. Take you this cup. I'll tell you I'll be a Babylon.
Or
I guess it's me and just my work. We can use that force to take you as cover. I'll be at the road at Babylon. Do 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 do.
very good, Christopher.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
So we're giving Sam a week off. He gets a little break because he's super hard working on stuff for orchestra
School,
and
yes.
music, and he had a concert we went to last night. It was actually they go every year. This was his last one where they get their score for playing music. They go to a competition, but because of COVID, last year you got it in right before COVID shut everything down, because I went with Dad and I both went last year. I go every year. And this year they had it at their high school, and they had the judges come to the high school, which was really a good way to do
The day
it.
that we had LGPE was the March 14th, first day that, we really heard news about it. So
Well, March 4th, you mean last year?
last year?
I thought the 15th was a Sunday last year, but okay.
No, 14th.
I know, but that would have been Saturday.
Yeah, it was on Saturday.
No, we went on a Friday.
Oh, then it was the 13th.
Oh, well,
So
whatever.
here we go. Whatever. Okay. I was
Okay.
gonna say we
That
don't
was
need
the
we don't need
competition.
to have this conversation
I know.
with
Well,
all our
I know,
churches.
but we're
but
talking,
okay.
All
right.
whatever.
Okay.
But it was his last one, and they got excellent ratings, which was very good. So it was kind of, he's got one more concert to go when I officially get to cry,
There you go.
because he's been in since 5th grade.
Hmm.
So, okay, so, prayer request. I have a prayer request from my friend Lisa, just for prayers for comfort for her dear friend who's a sister to her, who is in the final stages of life. And there's several other people that I'm praying for who are also going through final stages of life. We just lift up prayers for those who may be in their final day or days of life, and just asking God to bless them and be with their families in this very difficult time. So, and I have a special intention to pray for. Also prayers for my cousin, who's waiting to hear news about possibly having some surgery. Prayers for our friend Tom, who is dealing still with unclear answers from his recent stroke.
And I'm not sure I have a specific prayer request tonight. So.
Announcements. So we do have drive-through communion this Sunday, 11:30 to 12:30. Zoom coffee hours, 11 to 12. So you can do that and then come over. We'll have a little handout for worship that will start outside on Palm Sunday. Let's see. Holy Week is coming. We'll share all about that next week. Because next week we'll have Friday Fun Night, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks. We'll be off on Good Friday because we will have services.
Yeah, somehow it just doesn't make sense to have a Friday night fun night on
Well,
Good
it is
Friday.
Good Friday,
That's it.
but there's a reason
That's
why. But maybe we'll share a little bit about that history next week. And then the week after we'll be gone on the Friday with spring break. We'll be gone for a few weeks. So next week we'll have Friday Fun Night. We'll be off for 2 weeks, and then we'll be back on Friday. But we will continue with devotions for the next few weeks too. So we'll keep you abreast on all that kind of information. So.
Then for Epiphany folk, please keep in mind that tomorrow, Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock, the outside workday organized by the Bruces are going to be taking place. So come on out for a workday as we get everything done. I hear tell that Bruce is even going to be helping provide some lunch for people there. So that's the rumor I hear. So I haven't verified that rumor. So if I've got myself in trouble, well, I guess we'll see. But so I hear anyway. And then we will have drive-in service at 11 o'clock on Sunday, followed by drive-through communion at the end.
If anyone catches this who's in confirmation, we're going to have our first outdoor confirmation class after Palm Sunday service. I will be sending a note out to the parents, but we will be doing that. And there was something else. Well, so we are collecting items. I'm looking for bags of individual small packets of crackers, chips, pretzels, cookies. We're collecting, putting things together for our teachers and staff at Moreland Elementary, just to thank them for all they've been through. And so I'll let you know about something else we're going to do for the teachers of our church. But remember to bring your colored butterflies. We really need those. We're still collecting those. There's sheets you can pick up at church when you come by, or you could drop them off during the week, Tuesday through Friday. But thank you for the ones that have been turned in, but I'm looking for more to come. So I hope you will be coloring, you, your family, friends, whoever you know likes to color them. The ones you cut out we'll use for a display for Easter. The ones that you leave on paper, we'll write little notes on to thank the teachers and staff at Moreland Elementary and deliver those with the food. We're planning on, we'll collect this Sunday and the next Sunday, and then I will take care of supplementing that because we want to take it over before spring break to them just to say thank you. We'll also be collecting, I'll be getting bottles of water and maybe some of the small cans of soda to take over for them as well, just as part of a treat for us to say thanks for all they do at Moreland Elementary for the kids of our community. So I'm looking forward to that. And if somebody wants to help me, I hope to take them over the Wednesday or Monday, Thursday, so that they have them a few days before they go on spring break. So check with me if you'd like to be a part of that helping. We won't go inside, but we'll just deliver them. And so anyway, just want to put the bug in people's ears about that. So no, nothing tomorrow night.
No.
Sunday morning,
No.
Find us online.
We'll first again on Tuesday.
And then back together on Tuesday. So.
All right. So until the next time we see you, the Lord bless you and keep you.
Lord, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
The Lord look upon you with favor.
And give you peace. In the name of the
The
Father,
and the
Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Have a great night and a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy it wherever you are.
Good night, everyone.